Hey guys, welcome back to the CulePodcast. Welcome back to another live reaction. Apologies right there for the lag and everything. The video is getting started. But guys, Barcelona beat Espanyol 3-2-1. Comfortable victory. Barcelona in cruise control for the majority of that match, but we are going to be talking about that. But guys, before I get started on the match, make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. Everything is posted down below in the description. And if you guys do want to join the channel, join the live stream and talk about the match, feel free. Just click on the link that I post on X. My X handle is CulePodcast. It's weird saying X because it used to be called Twitter for so long. But guys, let's get straight into the match. Let's talk about Barcelona's lineup, and then I'll bring on everyone who has joined. But Iñaki Peña, he started in goal. Alejandro Balde, Inigo Martinez, Cubarti, and Hector Ford in that back line. Jules Koundé given a rest. In the midfield, you had Pedri, Marcasol, and up top, you had Raphinha, Dani Olmo, who was MVP on the night, alongside Lamine Yamal and Robert Lewandowski. Let me introduce NJ into the stream. But overall, my thoughts on the match was, it was a solid performance from Barcelona. They were in cruise control for most of it. The second half, I would say it was a little bit disappointing because Barcelona, they did lose control. They were a little bit sloppy, but Barcelona, they managed to just put the game to bed. They wanted the game to finish. But NJ, thoughts on the match? How are you feeling after Barcelona's performance against Espanyol?
The game was two halves of how do you say that? Two halves of story, whatever.
It was like a game of two halves.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Yeah, it was a game of two
the
halves.
first the first half was brilliant. We did our job. You know,
Uh-huh.
we were scoring, we were taking possession, we were defending pretty well. Everything was on point. But second half, yeah, we decided to put the gear down to like by two. Then we made so much mistakes, and there was like no action. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was like a boring half, I guess you say.
I would definitely say in that second half, just because like I was watching the game and everything, and I look at the time and I see it's like already at the 82nd minute, and time flew by. It wasn't because Barcelona were playing great; it's just it was that second half. I would say it's been one of the poorer halves, under
Yes,
Hansi Flick.
I
But
agree.
this team is not going to be brilliant. Let's say
Yeah, of
every
course, yeah.
single game. It's completely understandable. Barcelona, they were already winning 3-0 and everything, so I'm not going to be, too hard on the team or anything because of that second half performance. But I will say Hansi Flick, he is, going to be asked about that second half,
Of
and
course.
obviously, because Barcelona, they let their foot off the gas in that second half. There are going to be people say, "Oh, for example, in the bigger games, this is something that we are going to want to avoid and everything."
Yeah.
But I just view this as something that comes from Barcelona already being thrown up against, I would say, a very very poor Espanyol team. But let's start looking at Barcelona's actions throughout the match.
Yeah.
Barcelona, they actually opened up the scoring with this brilliant Lamine Yamal pass, and it was actually Dani Olmo who scored. Lamine Yamal out here, out on the right hand side, puts in a brilliant Travella pass to Dani Olmo, who puts it in the top right hand corner. And you're seeing these passes from Lamine Yamal more and more,
Mhm.
and it's been absolutely fantastic just to see the quality that Lamine Yamal has in his ability to give these passes to either Robert Lewandowski, Raphinha, or even Dani Olmo. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, but it's amazing. For I mean, you can't keep using the oh, you're 17, but must say you can't keep using that as a reason. But that's if you're truly a football fan and you have eyes, you know that it doesn't matter what your age is. If you know that player can play, he will be a great player, which it shows, right? Because we watch football, right? The way he moves, the way he brings a threat to the opponents,
Yeah.
right there.
Uh-huh.
You can
And
feel right away.
And it wasn't only that, for example, like when you were looking at Lamine Yamal, who I thought was brilliant in that first half, some of the skill moves that he were doing, some of the
Hmm.
touches and everything, Lamine Yamal was exuding so much confidence, and I loved it. Just to see that confidence from Lamine Yamal,
Yeah, of course.
and I also attribute his confidence to Barcelona's great start in that first half. When a player is playing on fire, then the other teams around him,
Oh yeah, for
they
sure. Yeah.
basically have the same momentum. But also Dani Olmo, he did score
Yeah.
as well, a brace, funny enough, but it was a Raphinha second,
Mm-hmm.
a Raphinha goal in the 23rd minute from a lovely Marcasado pass. And we were talking about this, in the halftime during the watch along. But
Yeah.
Marcasado's passing range, his ability, to find these balls to Raphinha or any player making a run, it's absolutely brilliant. And Raphinha, he does a brilliant job of right here just chipping the goalkeeper. And NJ, I believe you were one of the people who said that Marcasolo was having like a great half, or did you say someone else?
Yeah, yeah. He was having a great. He was having a
Mm-hmm.
great half. Like because, so here's the thing though. Like I know that Casado was a good player back in the academy, but because I knew
Uh-huh.
that, but I knew that Bernal was the better one, but I didn't know that Casado had that in his game, like the long range pass.
Yeah, because when you look at this pass and everything, it's not easy, to make this
Yeah,
pass because there's three players. Well, if you include
hmm
any, almost four players in front of you, and you have to have that pinpoint pass because the keeper, who is absolutely on fire, Juan Garcia, who
yeah,
Angie, you were talking about that in during the watch long.
hmm
He is having a fantastic season for Espanyol, and as you can see, it's that pass was not easy. And
Oh
Marcasol,
yeah, no, of course, yeah.
he gets another assist, and that's an assist in the game against Bayern, in the game against Real Madrid, and now against Espanyol. Marcasol is on the string of assists. But also, we do have to talk about Barcelona's high line because this action followed right after, and there were multiple instances where Espanyol, they were trying to get in behind the Barcelona's high line. Funny enough, there was some talk about before the match and everything, saying how Espanyol were going to expose Barcelona's weakness, but Barcelona managed to catch Espanyol offside in a couple of times. And this was during the first half, and this was actually
Yeah,
during the second when Hector Fort was caught offside.
yeah.
But Andy, what do you make of that high line?
Hey man, like listen, ever since the since day one that we signed Flick, we knew that we're gonna play high risk, high reward football,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
We have to live with it. We only know that's how they're gonna play. But the first picture that you showed me about that one, bro, he was way offside. Come on, nobody, come on, you can't really say, oh, yeah, we got him in the trap. He was way
Yeah.
offside. But the second
Uh-huh.
one, where like the one with Hector Fort, yeah, that's the one that we got him nice. We got them
Uh-huh.
nice. Yeah,
This one was just like a matter of inches. It was just
yeah.
like his head, just like a little bit, in which he was
hmm
caught offside. But offside is offside,
yeah,
and unfortunately, there was one action in the second half when we do talk about it.
yeah,
Barcelona, they were a little bit slow with that high line. It was this chance right here in
yeah.
which Espanyol, they are able, to beat Barcelona, and they put in a cross
I
for
think, yeah,
Boado to score and everything in the 63rd minute.
yeah. I think Hector Ford got caught off guard by that one play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
which is,
But
yeah. Well, fair enough. Again, he's 17. Not every 17 have the same mindset of Paco Boy, right? So, you know,
precisely. But I would like to talk about that second half because as you started off the video saying, it was a game of two halves. Barcelona in the first half, they were very, very good. They were solid,
hmm
they were aggressive and everything. In the second half, Barcelona, they started the second half sloppy. I would say we were making
yeah,
errors in our passes. I didn't see that same intensity. Maybe
yeah,
fatigue is playing. Because with this highline and everything, the players are going to get tired. But
yeah.
I
But
did
again,
see.
we had like what 4 days off. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. We didn't play a midweek game. Maybe the accumulation of minutes, for example, throughout the season, maybe that's the factor. But we did see Frankie De Jong come in for Marcasado. We saw in Fermin Lopez
hmm
to come in for Dani Olmo, relatively early in the second half. Roughly
Yeah,
in the 55th minute,
yeah,
around there. And so I was actually surprised to see Barcelona, have that drop in intensity, knowing that Hansi Flick, he doesn't really like his teams to take their foot off the gas.
yeah. I felt like he brought Frankie De Jong to like stable the team because
So
yeah,
stabilize the midfield.
yeah, stabilize the team because he was just there to control cruising the game for
Mhm.
us.
Mhm.
That was his job in that half. To be honest.
Uh-huh. I mean, you did have some like half chances, here
Yeah,
from there
yeah.
from like Robert Lewandowski, from let's say Lamine Yamal, but
hmm
none of them I would say were clear cut chances where you say, oh my God,
Yeah.
Barcelona, they have
They weren't
the
really
opportunity to score or
trying.
anything.
They
Mm-hmm.
were really trying to score. Yeah, sure, they shot the ball, but can you really tell them that they actually try to shoot the ball,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right?
Uh-huh. But also in the second half, Ansu Fati came on. He didn't really have that much of an impact. He did score an
Yeah.
offside goal, but
I mean, we can,
it
yeah,
was well
yeah,
offside.
he came late. He came late anyway, so
Uh-huh.
he can just do
Uh,
whatever he can for like what, for 8 minutes.
yeah, he
Yeah,
came on the 82nd minute run there. He had
yeah,
10 minutes basically.
yeah. Just do
Mm-hmm.
whatever you can, right?
Exactly. Do whatever you can. But I actually want to talk about that because we haven't been seeing much of Ansu Fati, throughout recent weeks, and I wanted to ask you, like, are you surprised with the lack of minutes that Ansu Fati is getting in this Barcelona team, or are you saying, for example, maybe it's worrying? Because we did
So
have this conversation a couple weeks ago.
yeah, so for me, not really, because again, we played what, like Bayern Munich and Real Madrid
Mm-hmm.
that time, so it was like not worth it to risk Fadi to come there, because because we needed to we needed to win those two games. That's why
Uh huh.
Raphinha played a lot than Fermin, and because they bring more than, like, no offense with Fadi, but Fadi is like not really the same Fadi it's the past, right? So now he's more like a just like a player, like a squad player basically nowadays.
A squad player. Wow.
Yeah,
But I mean, you know, I think that's going to be Ansu Fati's role throughout the season.
yeah,
Trying
that
to
is, yeah, that's it.
to basically give rest to our stars and
Yeah,
everything,
and maybe cup
and
games as well.
yeah, potentially cup games. And the thing
Yeah,
is with Ansu Fati, because he was a player that we've hyped up so much, and unfortunately, the
yeah, of
injuries they
course.
basically ruined any momentum that he had. But
Hmm.
there are already conversations of offers coming in for Ansu Fati. And we don't know if he's going to be here in the summer. Because as a squad player, for the amount of wages that he's on, we're gonna have to see and everything.
Yeah, for
But what's
sure.
up, Vanley? What's up, Vanley? Welcome to the stream. Did Flick take off Olmo as punishment? I don't think so. I don't
No,
think
no,
so.
no, 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 because
I
he's slowly, bringing Olmo back.
exactly. This is Dani Olmo's first start. Since his injury, roughly
And
about
plus, he only
five
scored
five to
two
six
goals in the
weeks.
first half. You know what? Just sit down.
Yeah.
Just sit down after
hmm
that, bro. You only did what you can for the job. You're good.
Dani Olmo, he actually had like a chance to make it,
Oh
to
yeah,
score his
yeah,
hat trick, but unfortunately, the Espanyol defender, he like at the last second gets a
yeah,
touch on it,
bro. I
and it
swear,
goes a little
bro.
bit far from
And
him.
yes, I swear, bro. If that last week, the Madrid game, if he scored that, that the wild kick, oh my days,
Oh my
that would have
god!
been almost.
Imagine, imagine. The Leao situation is getting very toxic. We need him or Nico to keep things fresh. Olmo or Raphinha can easily play false nine, as you've seen from their goals today.
True, but do we really need Liao? Because Liao has been inconsistent for both country and club for, for the last two
And not
years.
and Angie, not only mention that, but his wages and the amount
Yeah,
and the transfer fee. Like
bro, I
AC
watched this
Milan would
guy.
be travel.
Yeah, I watched this guy yesterday in the Milan against Monza. Oh my god, this guy has a stinker, bro.
He was bad.
Milan fans right now, they want him gone badly. They
Oof.
want,
Leao bench in
yeah,
3 straight games. Agent Jorge Mendes.
yeah, bro. I'm
well,
telling you,
well,
bro.
I mean,
Liao is not the guy you think he is, bro. He is the. I'm telling you, bro, he's the final form Nico Williams, bro. No, I'm not
well,
kidding.
no, 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 no. Like I will admit, like AC like well, AC Milan, Rafa Leao for AC Milan, he's at times very, very inconsistent. One,
Yeah,
like some days he could be absolutely world class. He could be blitzing players, just showing that quality and everything, and then other days he could just disappear from the
yeah.
pitch.
Like Theo Hernandez has been covering his ass all the time.
Mm,
Because they both play in the left, so every
mhm,
time Leo make a mistake, Theo Hernandez is there to like save his ass. Because this guy
uh-huh.
cannot shoot properly. Like he keeps kicking like the wide shots all the time. He's very inconsistent, with everything. He's not the Leo that people think he is back then.
Mhm. And the thing is for Vanny, your comment says AC Milan can't overcharge for a bench player. Barcelona, they're not gonna have infinite funds to go after a player who
Yeah,
AC Milan minimum they're gonna be asking for 100 mil.
yeah, 100 million. Yeah,
Then when you're talking about the his fees and everything easily going up to like 120, 130, and that's just something that Barcelona I don't think they're gonna want to pay.
no,
Looking at other areas that we are gonna reinforce. But
for
we did
me,
talk about
yeah,
this on the channel, just like
yeah,
options to reinforce
yeah.
Barcelona.
Like for me, to be honest, like Liao is not the guy that I want in the team because yeah, sure. You can say he's 6'3" and he's fast, but size don't really matter in football. It doesn't matter if you're 6 years. Look at Lisandro Martinez. He's 5'6". He can defend. So it doesn't really matter what's your size. It's like, do you have the IQ? Do you have the technique? Do you understand how we play? Because the way we play is different. You know, you cannot just come in and just do your thing because it's not gonna work. Because you're gonna build static in the team.
Okay,
So
okay.
that's why this summer we need to find the right profile. It doesn't matter if it's either Baena, Nico Williams, Moro, or Zaragoza. Like whatever Flick thinks the best, that's where we're gonna ride with. Flick
No,
also
no,
has,
no. Flick is definitely going to get trust from the board this
oh yeah,
summer.
oh yeah,
Uh,
100%. Come on,
yeah,
yo.
to make his signings. Yeah, to make his signings.
Laporte can't snake him because I think if because that's basically what happened to Flick as well in Bayern Munich. They didn't even back him up after him winning the sextuple.
Mm-hmm.
We
No,
cannot make the
no,
same mistake. We cannot make the same mistake what Bayern did to him. We
no,
gotta keep
absolutely
him.
not.
We gotta keep him.
Absolutely not. Yeah, especially with Hansi Flick's form with Barcelona right now,
Oh,
the way this
100%.
team is playing. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But we basically talked about the second half. It was relatively uneventful. The half went by.
Yeah. We were just talking random.
Yeah. We were just talking about the like different Barcelona topics and everything. There wasn't really much to talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
Also the Man United
It's dead, bro. What the
what's it
hell?
called? Yeah, yeah, exactly. All right here, the Espanyol coach were saying it bothered me that the Barcelona fans were chanting to the second division. Well, I mean that's just banter,
Yeah, it
that's
is
banter.
banter.
That's banter between teams and everything.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna see if I can find the quotes
yeah.
from Hansi Flick.
As long
Right
as
after.
there's no family included, no racism and stuff like, we're good with bantering with one another. As long as there's no
Exactly,
there's a
absolutely,
limit.
absolutely.
There has to be a limit.
Uh huh.
Like, yo, you can't tell it. Oh yeah, yo, f your stuff like that.
Uh huh. Dani Olmo, he says after the match, it's very important to keep adding 3 points at a time. I'm feeling good. I was eager to come back and help the team by playing.
100%.
We're a, we're a team with a lot of scoring power. All of us can contribute goals to the team. Perhaps the match shouldn't have been played today. I want to send all my encouragement and support to those affected by the storm. From the club, we want to help in every way we can, and I encourage others to join in because it's tragedy. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I will be honest. What happened in Valencia was absolutely terrible.
yeah.
Thoughts and prayers will go out to them. Hopefully,
Valencia,
those.
they're a big club in Spain as well. Obviously they're not the same stature as us in Madrid, but they're a proper La Liga team. With European backgrounds as well,
Mm-hmm.
backgrounds. So
True,
but
true.
again, they've been bad because of the ownership, but it is what it is. But hopefully, they bounce back and compete again.
Uh-huh. Kobarsi, he says, we had a very good first half. We started very well and we were able to take an early lead on the scoreboard. That's true. We're full of
Yep,
confidence and giving our all. We always try to
100%.
play with a very high line to catch the opponent offside. It's risky, but we have to do it. When they check it on VAR, we already know it's offside, but some have been close. It's been very close at times. And
Yeah,
there was an opportunity where, Espanyol, they were able to beat us on the high
exactly.
line,
Yeah,
but it's the nature of the game. It's the nature
yeah,
of the game.
hundred
Some
percent.
things are gonna go for your favor, and some things are not. But also just what's it called? Um, I want to see this comment. I would not press it if the coach doesn't like me and the club and the fans want me gone. Seeing increasing reports that Alonso is bringing words with him to the
It makes
Bernabeu.
sense. That part, yeah, it makes sense because again, look at Madrid's midfield. They're all dead, bro. Or besides Camavinga. So I think even though Wirtz he's a Barca fan, but it makes sense if he goes to Madrid because again, he's a professional football player. You can root for a club when you're growing up, but then once you become a professional, you got to be realistic, right? So
Okay,
it is
okay.
it is what it is. I would love him to be
Okay.
in Barca, but we already have Dani Olmo though, and that
Oh, Dani
and
Olmo, yeah, Fermin. There's a lot of
yeah.
quality on this Barcelona team. But NJ, the thoughts on the game, but before we close off, the video, just thoughts on the match. Barcelona, top of the table, 9 points at the moment, clear from Real Madrid.
Yeah. So overall, the game was, I said, 50-50, but overall, it's a solid game for us. We did our job. We got 3 points. Now we're ahead nine ahead, and hopefully, we can bring that momentum to Red Star and Real Sociedad.
Okay, solid. Barcelona's actually next game is in the Champions League, so we are going to be
Yeah.
going away from home. We're going to be playing that Champions League
Oh,
match.
that one. Yeah. I
Yeah,
want to
and
see.
that's
I want to see how we're gonna handle with like a hostile environment. Even though we have a higher chance of winning, but again, Wrestler has a Champions League with history with them as well. So
it's a Champions League team. We're playing in the Champions League. It's going to be a tough
I
game. We're going
mean,
to be going
yeah,
away
that's
from
true. Yeah,
home.
they won. They
Uh
won. They won the Champions League in '91 as well.
huh.
So they have history of obviously they're not the same back then, but still they have the pedigree of European. So
True. But guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed Barcelona's 3-1 win. Dani Olmo, man of the match. He just makes Barcelona's attack click. He was absolutely
yeah,
fantastic on the night.
he's a missing link, man.
Yeah.
Before we end, and I'm glad Dani Olmo left La Masia back then to go and Zagreb to win trophies, then go to Leipzig, and now back. Because again, if he was, because if Olmo stayed with us, then he wouldn't have the opportunity of the Olmo today.
No, absolutely not. I mean, back then it was like a different Barcelona team. You
Exactly,
had
yeah. They
the
were buying
stars.
players. Yeah.
Yeah, like it was
I'm-
very very difficult for you to come through La Masia because
yeah.
you had mega stars in in that
Exactly.
front line in the
Yeah.
midfield. It was really hard.
Yeah, look at him now. He won 15 trophies. Now he's back and potentially going to win his 16 and 17 trophies.
Potentially.
Yeah.
But
hopefully.
with Barcelona on top of the table, it was a very solid performance in that first half. There are doubts about the second, but not every half is going to be absolutely Barcelona
Exactly.
flying on all cylinders, basically put in cruise control. Don't think too much to worry about.
But again, we cannot build that kind of habit again all the time. We gotta stay focused, even though we already won. But
Precisely.
I'm
But
not gonna say score four more goals in the second half. And at least try to score one more goal, then to see then stay steady.
I think solid, maybe like 2 goals a half, something like that. Two
Yeah,
2
just
goals a half.
yeah. Because again, obviously, again, it's not always Christmas every game. Like there's gonna be games where we're gonna struggle. We have to win 1-0 like last time. But if we can do our job in the first half, great. In the second half, if we can at least score one more goal, then that's when we can okay, let's cruise it in the end. But again, look what happened, right? We were winning 3-1, at 3-0. Then next thing they scored the second half because we allowed that overconfident took over.
And if Espanyol, their time to runs a little bit better, then it could have been 3-2. It could have been difficult for Barcelona. It could have been a little bit difficult. But Hansi Flick, I think he's going to talk with these players. I think he's going to say, hey, guys, that second half it wasn't the best. Let's try to improve on that. But I completely understand that. And we move on to Wednesday. Guys.
Yeah.
That's going to be our focus now. Barcelona back in the Champions League after our fantastic 4-1 victory over Bayern Munich. We'll be having watch along. We will be
doing a live
talking about that
again,
match.
or?
I will try to. Yeah. I think it's
Okay.
gonna be an hour later. Just because I have some things going on earlier on the day.
Yeah.
But guys, I will be having an episode tomorrow. Usually like an hour. I think it's gonna be around 10 p.m. Eastern time. But hopefully you guys can join. But guys, let me know down below your guys' thoughts on the match. Who impressed you? What did you like about the match? What did you not like about the match? And I will always see you guys in the next video. But NJ, thank you for stopping by.
Thanks, man.
Thank you for tuning in. And guys, catch you guys all in the next video. Peace out, guys.
Eso es el libro